I'm not sure what I just watched, but damn, this should have been a short film instead of a 2-hour film. Iron Lung, directed by Markiplier, is his first feature film that's based on this indie game, and I guess this budget for this film was around $3 million or so. And first off, I didn't even know this game even existed, but this film actually brought my attention to it, and I honestly did some research about it and saw, oh, that's what this game is, and my golly, was it interesting. And it's definitely not for me, but I could see Marky Boy here enjoying it. Mark Boy here plays a convict who's in a submarine to explore an ocean of blood on this moon apparently, while the rest of humanity is gone and live in damn space stations or so. He must traverse the ocean of blood in his little submarine and take x-ray photos to see what's down there, and things start going to crap as expected. I will say I really want to see indie films do well, as I think they are the future of films, and just seeing them succeed is always great, despite Shelby Oaks by Chris Cockman not being a great film at all. At least it was a good try, so there is always that, and it made money too, so I'm really happy about that. But the movie itself, not so great! And you can really tell people want original and more interesting ideas, as Holly weirdos there can't do shit to save their goddamn lives! They can't make shit anymore. Every single movie from Holly Weirdo there is goddamn shit. So that's what we get. So I'm not surprised people want to come out and support films like this. At least they're trying something new. Nobody wants cookie cutter basic shit anymore. And I will also say some of those people will circle jerk any of these kinds of films at the indie scale as well, especially if it has any type of hype behind it. But with someone with almost 40 million subscribers on YouTube, I wouldn't be even surprised if this made money, which it probably will. But damn, was this film not for me! This shit was a goddamn snooze fest! I almost wanted to go sleepy time as I was sitting at the front row of those damn seats. I was like, time for bed! With that being said, Iron Lung has some decently good cinematography, and it's not cookie cutter basic. I'm actually thoroughly surprised. It actually feels somewhat raw. It doesn't feel like every other film. And I think that's so great. Indie films can do that. It's always nice to see something refreshing and new and different. Like some of those tight close-ups and stuff, awesome. Those look great. And I'm really glad they did stuff like that. So I gotta give them credit where it's due. The music in here is intense at times, but it's nothing memorable, unfortunately. There's nothing I can remember from the soundtrack at all, which is just so damn unfortunate. And I think many indie filmmakers forget that music can be really impactful to the viewer. So you can have really good music for the intensity, but then the emotional moments, you're kind of like, it's okay, it's not great. It doesn't really do too much, so those kinds of things could always be improved. But yeah, just having like a simple theme that you kind of remember is so lost in music nowadays in movies. I want that to come back, so that's why I'm not going hard on this movie! I will also say Mark is a solid actor, but slightly wooden for sure. I don't think he has the charm to really pull off a movie star. It's something that only, I would say, a very few people could really do. But it's good to see him in here because obviously he loved what he was doing. So, hey, props to him for that. The thing is, I would say this movie itself doesn't really translate well from game to movie. I did watch some gameplay of it from him himself. Even I would not be able to be like, yeah, let's make a whole movie about this. I probably would say there's not much substance there and that this probably should just be a short film, because not all games can translate really well to a movie. Sometimes they could go from game to TV show. I think that would make a lot more sense, especially for franchises like Silent Hill. I don't think they can really do the movie route as much. I do think games like Resident Evil can be movies. They just haven't been done well, which is f***ing annoying. I'm tired of that shit. But again, it depends on the game. Some games translate well and sometimes they don't. And that's just the way it goes. But obviously you can really screw stuff up, like taking Uncharted and making that shit with Tom Holland, because that shit was ass. And this entire film is him basically traversing through this blood, solving a few puzzles here and there with some unique shots. And that's really it. You know, it starts off very well, you're intrigued, but as it continues, you couldn't really care what was really going on. You're like, oh, this is interesting as to what's going on. And then at a point you're like, okay, what the hell is going on? That's how I viewed it anyway. I haven't personally played the game, but I did watch some gameplay here and there, and that's about it. I didn't really know what the hell this was all about. And then he also couldn't care what he was really going through at all. He was kind of like somewhat emotional, somewhat, I didn't really feel anything. And then you got those x-ray images in here and alien shit, I guess, and some bone shit, and you're like, what the f is this shit? And then you got him marking down shit where he's being over and over again and going in circles and shit. And then when things go south with detaching the tow cable, you just knew Simon Boy here was cooked! And he wasn't gonna survive this. So yeah, you kinda expected his bye-bye turn it off in here. But before he gets the bye-bye turn it off, he goes crazy, gets smacked around, and loses his damn mind, making you think what is real and what isn't. And then there's blood in here and it has vines and shit on it, and you're like, what the shit is going on? And I guess it's alive or some stuff, and you don't know what the hell is going on in here. And that vine shit just reminded me of War of the Worlds, so I'm like, cool, I guess that's pretty cool. Did they take a blood sample and be like, yo, this is what it does to people or something? I don't know if they said anything like that. I can't even remember. And then he has also flashbacks here and then. You're like trying to get his backstory. I think he was kind of writing it so you'd feel like some emotional bond to Simon's character. But to be honest, you're kind of like, it doesn't really matter. There was nothing really there to make you feel for him too much. You're just like, well, he's gonna probably get the bye-bye, turn it off, right? And then you had him swimming through all the blood to get that black box of data so it could be shared with that other sweetheart in here. And you just don't really care because it doesn't make sense at all, really. But that's me. That's honestly me. And maybe it'd make more sense to somebody else that maybe has played the game or something. I have no idea. But to someone that's just general audience kind of thing, going into this blind, you kind of like, I don't really know. I don't really care what's going on in here. And there was also quite a few times you couldn't hear what was actually being said, and you're thinking, okay, what is going on exactly? You can hear it hearing from a certain direction and another direction, and there's just a lot of like talking in between, and you're just like, are they saying something important here or what? And then the voices are cracking, and you're like, is there gonna be some more details about what the hell is going on here? And no, not really. So you basically had no f***ing idea what was happening. Maybe you had to watch this another time, but hell, I ain't watching this again. And I don't really know if that was thought out very well, or maybe I just wasn't attuned to the voices itself. I have no idea. I don't even know what to say about that. This is basically, I don't know what the is going on, the movie. And I do think if you're a fan or you like Markiplier here, you'll probably end up enjoying this. But for me, this was really a one-watch film with zero rewatchability. Like, I want to support indie films like this, but you know, I'm just like, it's not great. I personally think this shit could have been cut like 40 minutes or so. I think all that traversing here and there and it just got so boring after a while. It's like, okay, dude, I get it. Like, you're moving it. I get it. I think he could have done more of a montage in here, but nah, this shit was boring as shit! Overall, this movie's like a 5 out of 10. It's a good try at least, and this film just wasn't for me. Like, this is not a film I want to go and watch. Like, this is a film you put on and you like go to sleep and you're okay, the movie's over. Shit, I'm not watching that again! And I would have done something low in budget and then kind of test the waters there. I don't know why these YouTubers gotta put millions of dollars in their first projects. Kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because at that point you're kind of like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. You don't really know how to make a movie on a bigger scale anyways. So then you're also learning a shit ton as well. But when you have that kind of money, it's a little bit easier because you can just pay people to do shit. And then you're like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, right? Whereas if you start at the goddamn bottom, you kind of understand everyone's jobs in a way. So I don't know, it kind of makes things harder but also more interesting, I would say. But again, I would start at the bottom, and I always think that's the way to go, but that's just me. So if you ever want to go to bed, put this shit on! If you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't like this video, you're too damn butthurt. So bye-bye, turn it off for good!